this way before. Travel through the open door. Circumstances navigate the path. And life happened oh so fast. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet. And nothing can shake me. Cause I know life took a hold on me. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. All right, we back. I tried to save the show, man, but it's cool. We coming right back. We gonna double back on the hoes. So yeah, man, this is a great conversation. I appreciate y'all coming back. I know y'all got a lot of other things to be doing, like playing video games and watching a whole bunch of other shit in this real rap call. Oh, this Kel call back in.
I got a show today. That's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate.
Hey.
Hey, let me say this. You asked the question about why do people keep reiterating the slave mentality. Why does it feel like it affects us today? Let me tell you why it affects us today. Because black folks, I'm gonna speak on black folks. I'm black. We will sit up there and see somebody get shot, be the loudest motherfucking ones. Time who did this, who had the gun, who did this, but when it comes time to speak up and testify, we do this. Oh, I ain't getting that shit, bitch. I need my livelihood. Or let me give you another situation. You be at a job. No, the manager fucked over everybody. Supervisor done fucked over all the damn employees. But when you speak up, you get fired. But everybody around you, we done had buku conversations. We done all talked about it. But when it's time to speak up, try to help that person get their job back, oh, I don't want to be involved with that because shit, I need my job. Oh, no, I understand. They don't say nothing. That's a slave mentality. I can't stand it. That's why I don't even like humans. I ain't gonna lie. I love y'all. Y'all always can say this, but I can't stand some of us at times. Because the loudest ones, oh, that was so wrong. Oh, you bitch, you need to do this. Oh, girl, what I'll do is this. But when it's time for investigation and they need witnesses, oh, I ain't getting involved because shit, I got kids to feed. No, because I ain't trying to be in the unemployment line with you. Shut the fuck up. We got to break that cycle. Enough is enough. I can't stand it because it's pitiful. It's sad. But that's just how some black people are. Oh, I'm trying to FaceTime. That's just how some black people are. They just don't know how to, stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for any motherfucking thing. And the way my eyes set up, I need to know. I need to see and hear every goddamn thing. Because I can't do people that are ignorant. If you ain't gonna get involved, don't say a motherfucking thing. Be mute. Keep that beak on mute. But if you the last one and doing this and the third and making noise, and when it comes time to make the shit safe, and you, oh, I got another obligation. Oh, well, no, I ain't gonna do that because see, shit, this gonna jeopardize. Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck back. I respect you more. Just don't say nothing. I mind my business. If I want to get involved, you gonna hear my voice. If I won't get involved, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. But you can't be in between. That's the slave mentality we gotta break. It starts with us. We be all kumbaya when these white folks come fucking over our black young men and our women. But when we get to fucking over each other, shit, it don't make no sense. We can't be kumbaya and get mad when they fucking kill them white folks killing us. But when we killing each other, it's all right. Or I ain't finna testify because shit, I ain't trying to be no snitch. But this family grieves it. This family done lost somebody. But y'all was there when y'all was there when this shit happened. Like I said, niggas go to jail. Stay silent and tell info. I don't trust a nigga, trust a bitch or my kinfolk. That's how I feel. Niggas stay silent, go to jail, then they tell info. Come on now, make it make sense. I'm sick of it. I love y'all. Get back in the chat. Ebony, get on the line. She just texted me. Get on the line if you're on the line. I love y'all. Bye.
Peace.
Thanks for journey.
Yeah.
Man, you took me right off my damn. What else I gonna say? Oh, we going in. Oh yeah, you next, Eb. Hey, we ain't never had 3 female callers call back to back to back. We making history. What's up, Kel? Ebony, I
That's
saw
my
Ebony
favorite
call.
thing that she said. Make it make sense.
I love that line. That make it make sense. And then you need to patent that shit. We need to throw that.
That is so funny to me. And when she got mad yesterday, she was like, "Y'all could give me a call. My number is 555." You know,
555. Call me anytime.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say something real quick because Antonio Holmes, like, bro, you really judge everybody not knowing shit about nobody. Like, let me just tell you something really quick because I want you to understand something, and hopefully this teaches you a lesson to stop judging people like that. But real quick, I'll try to make this story as quick as I possibly can and get to the point. Hold on 1 second. Here, baby. Okay, so let me just say this. When I was 15, I was kidnapped, kept for 3 days, and brutally raped, right? I was picked up off of Jersey City. I was walking home. Matter of fact, I wasn't walking home. Came home.
Take your time, Kel. Take your time, Kel. Slow down. Take your time. Take your time. Slow down. Go.
Okay, my fault. I was walking to the store after I got home. And I was picked up broad daylight in Jersey City. Now, anybody knows Jersey City? It's a bunch of black men with dreads just walking the street, okay? All the men that was there, all the men that seen that dude throw me in the car. In my mind, they was going to help. Then I'm thinking when I'm in the back of that car, oh, they couldn't, but that's okay. They're going to call the cops. Somebody called the cops. And I'm sitting in that car saying, any minute now. Help's on the way. I'm going to see sirens any fucking minute now. Guess what? Never happened. Then dumbass brought me to a corner store. I said, oh shit, this is my chick. Whispered to him. I said, help. He kidnapped me. You know what this motherfucker said? Oh, you want me to call the cops? Yes, please. I said, yes, this is it. What did he do? Start laughing. I couldn't figure out why he was laughing. 2 seconds later, motherfucker walked up behind me and said, the guy behind the counter said, oh, this bitch thought I was going to call the cops for her. They all was in on it. How do you think that felt? Then coming off of that, right? After all of that shit happened, do you know how I looked at black men? I was terrified. My dad used to be my best friend. I thought every man wanted me or wanted to hurt me or wanted to rape me. That shit severed my relationship with my grandfather. He would see me, say hi, hold the elevator door. I would let it go. I was nasty to him. A couple months later, he died. This is the shit. People don't talk about the after effect. Then after meeting my quote-unquote first true love, 2 years later, we're at the movie theaters on 42nd Street. Enjoy the whole movie. We get ready to leave the movie theaters. Who do I see? The main motherfucker that threw me in the car. And at that very moment, I had a choice. I had a decision to make. Do I tell him or do I protect my man? Because if I say something and he attacks this man, my man's going to do 25 to life. So instead, I chose to shut the fuck up. I let the guy pass. And then I broke down. I held on to my black man tight. And I said, baby, mind you, I'm young, 17, still living at home. I said, baby, please, I'll tell my dad I'm going to stay at my best friend's house or something. I need to stay with you tonight. I need to feel safe. Please. You know what this motherfucker said? Oh, no, not tonight, babe. I got an interview tomorrow. You know what he did that night? He cheated on me. And the story goes on and on. Not to mention, I have 4 brothers and a father. I always was programmed that they'd be ready to die for me. I would have never let them risk their freedom or risk their life to kill none of the people that was involved. But it would have been nice to hear that they wanted to. It would have been nice to hear, yo, what's the information? Where they at? Something. So with that being said, let's get deep for a moment. Every man in my fucking life, black man in particular, has devastated, hurt, raped, fuck slavery. I understand that. We're talking about what the fuck motherfuckers is going through now in their lives. I've been through it. But you want to get deep? I'm the girl that comes here and gives money-making tips to my black men. I'm the girl that still comes and talks and chats. And it's a miracle that I can say hello to a black man. That I still uplift. I still love. Don't you dare tell me about the black woman's strength. Don't you fucking dare, Antonio Holmes. Don't you dare say no kind of stupid shit. Because at the end of the day, let me tell you something. My story is nothing compared to a majority of other women. We've been through it. A lot of us don't tell it and we don't wear it. But there's a reason why I talk the way I talk. There's a reason I am the way I am. And it's because of what I've been through. And it's because I was never protected by mine. It's just honestly what attracts me most to this group. You guys say the things that I wish I heard a man say. Super supportive and super cool and understanding. And it's rare. And even if you guys don't mean it, and some of y'all are fake, it's just great to hear it, to hear what a strong black man is supposed to sound like. I haven't experienced that. And that's all I wanted to say. Stop judging people, because you don't know what a motherfucker been through. There's a reason why I curse. There's a reason why I am the way that I am. So don't judge unless you know somebody's story. That's all I'm going to say. And I don't even think I can get back in the chat yet, but thank you guys for listening. And I just really wanted to put that out there because that shit just got to be like way too much. Way too much. Don't judge a book by its cover, bro. Just don't. Because you don't know a person's story. And that's it. Thank you, Fred.
Yeah, please, someone call. Okay, good. Okay, Ebony, go ahead. How you doing tonight, Ebony? It's Ebony?
Hey, how are you? What's going on?
How you doing, Ebony?
I'm good. So, I was just calling to rest my case. From a spiritual aspect, right? And first of all, kudos to your mom.
To who?
No respect to her. Your mom.
Oh, my mom. Okay.
Because I didn't know you went back live last night because the internet had got messed up.
Yeah.
Because I sure would have called back in.
I would have loved for y'all to have the conversation. I don't have the
you
answer.
can give her my number. She can call me.
This is just a platform. I don't have the answers. You know what I mean? Shit.
Right. So just to piggyback off of what happened last night. When I had got off the phone, to be honest with you, like, it was something really unsettling happened. You know what I mean? You never know why when you say certain things or how people gonna take it. But excuse me. When I call what's her name, because at the end of the day, I'm a woman, right? You put your number out there, call me, okay, I'm gonna call you. What did I say wrong that you feel disrespected by? And she told me. We addressed that, and I told her where I was coming from and why I said what I said. With the lady that just called, it's very detrimental for us. And I'm still going to stand by what I do. You know, when I listen to the podcast, dudes was like, oh, she weak, or want to make differences between Caribbean women and American women. At the end of the day, we Black. One thing we have in common is that we all came from slavery. Whatever we talk, whatever we go through, or whatever it is, we all came from a similar background. My people were runaway slave people. My ancestors were runaway slaves from the neighboring Caribbean that settled in Central America. So we have that connectivity, because if y'all travel and y'all come to these islands, different islands where Black people was at, you gonna feel connected to one. Because you don't know if your granddaddy got separated from his wife and end up over here. Our bloodline go way back. So either where we at in this world is some type of connectivity. You could disagree if you want to. You could be like, oh yeah, nah, she talking shit. Okay. But we as sisters though, when you see how what our old girl went through, when we as sisters, man, when it comes to the black man, that's all we got. That's all we got. And I made it clear with Reese. Yeah, you still could be independent and have your own shit, but also too, you could be submissive because at some point in our life, we were weak to a nigga. We were weak to that one female. We were weak. Because being saying submissive, being weak, it's like, okay, so when I'm not gonna cook for the nigga when he come up in here, he gotta make his own shit. I'm gonna be disrespectful to him. I'm gonna talk back to him. I'm not gonna tone my voice down. You know what I'm saying? We as women, some of us have, I'm just saying some of us, not all, but some of us have lost our way. We lost our mind. We can't get it together. We fucked up out here. So when you go for soul searching, you got to be honest with yourself. What do you value as a woman? You keep doing the same shit, but not see no results. You want results, so therefore the change got to start with you. Okay, fault me because I made certain changes. And then if I see a sister going down the same line, why not be like, girl, you fucking up? Because if I'm fucking up too, I would appreciate a sister to keep it 100 with me and tell me I'm fucking up. With everything, with what all we see on TV, with what they're doing to the black man and all of that, why would we want him to come home to what the fuck he got to deal with out here in these streets? Then he ain't gonna want to come home to us. And what other available race of woman is out here? You got black, white, Asian. He got options. He gotta stop that. You could call it weak, but in my book, that's not weak because a good woman flourished by a good man. A man in her life make her flourish. We all got it in us, but some of us choose to suppress it. Because, oh, that's fucking weak. I'm never going to want to be seen weak in nobody's eyes by doing this and that, by just doing what it is that you're supposed to do as a woman. It's not even to be cutthroat. None of that. But when I told her, I was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? We came together for a reason. I said what I said for a reason. You reacted the way how you reacted for a reason, but look what we caused. You got people calling your phone, giving their own personal testimony to the point where we had your mom calling. Your mom had to intervene. Yeah, and she was right. We both have our own path. You know what I'm saying? We both been through our own shit, and we end up how we end up. You know what I mean? We just had the opposite spectrum. You know what I mean? She just like, okay, yeah, I just want to be alone for right now. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with working on you. But also, too, well, when that's over with, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, then what? You know what I mean? We get what we want. And you attract what it is that you want, and you attract whatever it is. But if you know what you want, and you know, sir, you just be like, yo, okay. When you get that, because good black men don't come around like that. So once you found that one, you hold on to him. Make sure he don't go nowhere, because a lot of women will want him right now. You keep him. So you got to do whatever it is to keep him, because another bitch out here could do it way better than you. You got more Pookie and Ray Rays than you have the one that brothers that actually, like, you know what I'm saying, got their shit together. Just like you got a lot of Bonquisha out here compared to the sisters that really have their head on their body. So, you know what I mean? I still stand by my argument, and I don't see it as no signness of weak, it's weak. It's not weakness. It's not. Because we of course we gotta have each other back. We gotta have our black man back. And we, you know what I'm saying, we gotta depend. Well, you know, this might ruffle a few feathers, but also too, as a woman, yeah, at some point in time you do gotta depend on him. But not to say that you lose yourself in the process. You still could do your own shit and got your shit going on. You know what I mean? But what's wrong in the comfort of coming home and your nigga in the bed and it's just you and him? And y'all talking about what y'all went through for the day, or, you know what I'm saying, baby, how was your day at work? Oh, baby, what's going on? Intimacy sometimes don't mean that y'all have to be fucking. Sometimes it's just more of like, you know what? We just gonna chill tonight. You know what I mean? Talk about future plans. Let's build. Because you already know ain't shit given to us. Ain't nothing given to us or whatever. Well, I came from nothing and I'm trying to go somewhere. And do I need a strong brother in my arm on this journey? Yes, and the fuck I do. I've been lonely. I did the single life, man. I did all that shit. And then, you know what I'm saying? When I said what I said, because I've been where Reese been at. Had my own shit. I don't need no nigga. I don't this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but ain't nothing wrong to take a break. To get to know you, find you, you know what I'm saying, your own soul search and be honest with yourself. Ask questions. You know what I mean? And then with another thing too, when I said, can't nobody make me feel bad about what I said that my mama didn't teach me shit. Can't nobody make me feel bad about that. I'm an 80s baby, just like probably majority your audience. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us was raised by our grandmother because our mama was busy doing what they do. I honestly thought that was the island thing. Until when I came to the U.S. and I started kicking around other sisters and stuff, and we started conversating, man, that shit was done over here too. They was raised by their grandmother. And when I went and dig deep in myself, and I was like, damn, a lot of shit really wasn't taught to us. So our experience teach us, the street teach us a lot of shit. So when you figure that out, you got to make sure the young girls coming behind you, what you know, you teach them. You know what I'm saying? We can't let these little girls be lost out here, and the man got to get on board too. Whatever you know and what you learn, teach your little boys coming behind you. You know what I'm saying? People is not fortunate. You have some people, yeah, they're fortunate to have both parents to raise them up and still together up today. And you got some people, they're not that fortunate. Everything and where they're saying or what they become today is what they learn out here and from their experiences. But I'm not weak. I hold mine down. And when I hold mine down, I'm like, man, when I talk to other sisters, man, hey, we doing this. This is the reason why the brothers ain't checking for us, because of X, Y, and Z. We gotta be in line, because then now we want to be pissed while they taking care of other fucking women from other races. Now we want to be upset. Now we want to be like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? He's scared of a strong black woman. Excuse me. He don't want to be with a wrong, you know what I'm saying? He don't want to this and that and that. Nah, we got to check certain shit about us. We got to get back in line. We got to know our place as a woman. You know what I'm saying? If you with a nigga, don't be like, oh, well, I'm the head, I'm this, I'm that. Nah. Give him the opportunity to run shit. If he can be a leader, then you already know it is option. But that don't mean that you quickly go out here and fuck by the first dude that come through. And that don't mean that, oh, you gonna have to stay in a situation or be with a dude just to say you have a man. Nah. And that's another thing. Our moms didn't teach us how to pick around, how to identify a good man when he comes to you. Based on some of the stuff that he do, based on some of the stuff or whatever, even though, you know, some people be like, well, it's not our mom's job to this and that and that. But what we see our mom do is learned behavior. If you don't teach your kids, how you expect your kids to know? So if our mama ain't teach us how to be a woman out here, how to do this, how to do that, most of us don't know. And some of us, like I told you, my teacher was the streets. Most of my experience came from the streets. And that's the reason why, like, I'm certain shit, you get tired of that. You outgrow certain stuff. You get tired of playing in the playground. Some people get it early in their life, and some people get it way late in their life. But it's not coming from a place of hatred when I talk to another sister, because at the end of the day, man, we got to teach each other. We got to have each other back. And look, now everybody calling, you know, oh, I agree with her, or I disagree. That's fine. You entitled to your opinion. But people's experiences will mold them, and I do get that. So if I choose to live my life the way I live right now, oh, okay, because I already know what the only thing, the game remained the same. The only thing that's different is the player. That's it. That's it. So at some point in time when you get it, you be like, nah, I'm not fucking with that. I'm done with that. All this jumping from nigga to nigga, be prideful that 2-3 niggas hitting your phone. You get tired of that shit. You find out niggas ain't real, motherfuckers ain't shit on shit. You figure that out. And another thing that I agree with, yeah, you got to differentiate niggas from a man. Now, when you ready for a man, you gotta be ready to change as well too, because certain shit a man not gonna go for. What's wrong with being soft to your man? What's wrong with being soft-spoken to your man? Now, when you with your homegirls, yeah, now you can bring out that hood shit. Now, yeah, you can act all big and bold. But your man should bring out some type of softness out of you, because you a woman. Not to say that every man, or whatever, because then now, you know, somebody gonna call in and misunderstood what I said. I'm not saying to be a hoe and just, oh, fuck every nigga. Nah, because not every dude that come into your life is meant to be fucked. Sometimes they're just good for conversation. Sometimes they're just good for company. You know what I mean? But I rest my case, and I just wanted to call in and, you know what I'm saying, just say what I had to say. I'm about to go back to sleep.
Oh, you go back to sleep. I appreciate you.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, peace. Oh, man. Woo. We getting it in. Oh, my heavens. Yeah, woo. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting all these. Yeah, man. It's she said something that I resonated with. I'll get there in a second. 702. 807. 702. 702.
Fred, what's going on?
Hey, what's popping?
What's up? It's Real Deal Boxing Talk.
Hey, what's up? How you feel?
Oh, man. What can I say? Well, you're having a good show, man.
Yeah.
I just want to touch on a few things. I felt like Miss Boxing from last night. She said some real stuff.
Yeah,
salute to Reese. Everything y'all talked about or whatnot. Two beautiful black women, and yeah, you know, y'all talked it out and figured what was really going on and said whatever y'all needed to say and got it out. But I like what Miss Boxing said last night. You know, she was just like, she kind of pulled it from both points. She was like, I know how to be submissive. And she also learned, like, from her father, you know, how to change tires and, you know, oil changes and things on her, you know, do things on her own. So I kind of like how she said that, you know, she knows how to do both. And I love, your mom shut it down last night. She said some real things. But I just love how Miss Boxing and your mom, how they were speaking, they're both respectful. And, they just got their point across. And it was just a beautiful thing. I just wanted to touch on, I feel bad about that sister, man. That's what makes me want to stick as a brother. First of all, as a brother, I only deal with sisters. And that's just my choice. Like I said, I'm not racist or nothing. That's just what I deal with.
No explanation needed. But go ahead. What sister are you referring to?
The one I told her story. I know everybody drops a tear.
Oh, Pretty Kel.
Yeah. I just, you know what I'm saying? I wish brothers out there, we got to protect our sisters. And that's, I just felt bad for her. And another thing I wanted to say, you had a brother on here. I think it's before you cut off and you came back, an older dude. He kind of touched me a little bit, talking about we all black. So you're talking about an island woman coming to America and they don't want to work. Now I get it. That may be your perspective. But at the end of the day, we all black. I would never say anything negative about my black people, especially not on this live. Everybody has their feelings and what they want to say. But all black women are beautiful. So I really don't care what island, or I don't care from America or where you come from. At the end of the day, I'm a black man and I'm here to protect you. Now, every black woman is different. Reese is very strong, and there's nothing wrong with that. Beautiful, strong woman. She's had a lot of things. I'm not speaking on her. I'm just saying, she told her little story or whatnot, but, she's strong. And then, like Ms. Boston said, you should also can be submissive. So I think every woman, what can I say? Every black woman has went through different things with different men in their life. So every story you talk about is going to be different. Real long, short story. I got into a situation, and everybody got a street background, whatnot. I had a situation about a year ago. I had seen a situation. Vegas tried to hit me with conspiracy, 2 counts of conspiracy, and they try to put your boy away, right? And I know, and where I'm at, the woman that I'm with, and what I'm building with her, we building things, and we building. She's submissive. She's strong. It could have been an opportunity where she could have turned on me. I wasn't involved in the situation, and I didn't turn on this other person. And at the end of the day, by the grace of God, that shit got thrown out. Everybody stayed solid. But like I said, 2 conspiracy charges, they really tried to sit me down on something I really had nothing to do. I seen the situation. I seen some shit, and you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, I'm building where I come from. And when you grow up and you're around the streets, certain things you learn. At the end of the day, you learn. If I seen it, even if I was involved, whatever it may have been, I don't know nothing. And like I said, the woman that I'm dealing with now, she could have flipped on me. If she didn't, that's how I know she's solid. You know what I mean? So when people say, and some people probably already know in this chat, I ain't gonna throw it out there. If you put 2 and 2 together and the stuff that I'm saying in my chat, then you know who my woman is. But at the end of the day, she didn't flip on me, and she's solid. She's submissive, and she definitely she does her own thing. Like when I met her, she had 3 businesses, or running 2 to 3 businesses. She kind of got me right and got me focused. She from the island. So like I said, the older brother kind of said some things about, like I said, black women coming from another island and they don't want to work. I'm not really with that. I really don't understand it. Maybe I'm taking it the wrong way, and he has the right to say what he wants to say, because whatever women he dealt with from different islands or whatever, maybe they didn't want to work. But I said the one I got, one, she didn't tell on me when she had a situation to flip on me, and I could have got 15 or more. And when I met her, she already had things going, and she changed my mind. The woman I'm dealing with changed my mind, and actually created opportunity for me. And and I want to push that forward to her. I want her to sit back while I do this. Like, there's nothing wrong. I'm the type of brother that want to pay the bills. Baby, chill out. Go, you know what I'm saying? You want to cook, clean, take care of the kids. If you wanna work, it's cool. Hold me down though. If we ain't got it, all right, you ain't been working, but you got some businesses or something. Help me with this. I'm short on the rent. Oh, I know you got that 200-300, right? Because we short. Things like that. But at the end of the day, every brother thinks different, man. So some brothers feel like, you know, they don't need a woman, they just want to sleep with them. That's your feel like I want to take care of a woman. And it's not that I want to take care of a woman, but when you find a good one, you take care of her and you protect her. That's why I said when a woman told her story and it got real quiet and everybody was just listening, like that whole situation was just messed up. Like we got to protect our Black sisters, man. And like I said, I got a good one, man. And I know what we're building. We're trying to build wealth and create some things over here. And like I said, I know some of y'all catching on, some of y'all ain't. But at the end of the day, she's just really strong and opinionated. You know what I'm saying? But she's really, man. And it was ugly. Like the white man really tried to bury me. Like when I tell y'all that the courts ain't meant for us and they switch the paperwork up, like I'm telling you right now, I'm a witness to it. I've seen it. Reading reports, this didn't happen, and they really just trying to bury you. But the only thing you can do is be solid and hold your peace. And like I said, my God got me out of that. That's my call, Fred.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's the conversation like when the woman is the inspiration behind your elevation?
Well, with me, I'm humble, so I listen. I'm not really big-headed. So, I mean, I don't know. The conversation is just it's a good and beautiful thing. You kind of want to push it forward. You know what I mean? Like, you my inspiration, man. I want to. You show me this. You show me that. I want to be great because as a man, a lot of men won't tell you. A lot of us be out here lost. We be out here lost, and black women just want to see you win. Now I'm not saying all, because I know some of y'all black brothers gonna jump on here and be like, he ain't with these hood rats. Nah, I'm not saying everybody want to see us win, but I'm just saying in my situation, from my mother to wherever I've seen in relationships and things like that, sisters want to see us win and they want to stand by us. They don't want no weak man. You know what I mean? Some women, but let's be real, some women will take the time to mold you, but you got to come to the table with something. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I came to the table with something. Now, if you come to the table with nothing and you still in the streets playing these games, then that's a whole different situation. Like you had a brother that called last night. He said he really don't want that. He deal with 3-4 different females. That's his thing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I want a home, a family. I want to create wealth, build some businesses, and sit down and grow old and stay out these streets and get some gray hair. And buy my mama a house, you know what I'm saying, and watch my kids graduate. That's what I'm on. So, like I said, everybody on different stuff. But the inspiration, like, you got to pay that back. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with sitting down and saying, you know what, baby, you held me down and this and that. This is what you did for me here. Go create a business or do this. But when I get here, I'm going to pay these bills and do this. Just relax. There's nothing wrong with taking care of a black woman. And I think most black women, I'm not saying all, but I think most black women would love that. Like I said, I can't speak for them all, but at the end of the day, if you got a good black woman, you stand by her, you protect her, and when you get to where you need to be, because she might meet you and you might be down. Because there's women out there that meet somebody like the one girl was talking about the dude with the bus pass, right? I think it was something about the bus. You know what I'm saying? You hold him down. And he should have turned around and paid that forward. And, okay, baby, I'm gonna take care of you now. This is what I'm gonna do. You help me do this. So, like I said, everybody's situation different, but I think you should pay that forward. So the conversation should always be like, hey, you did this for me. You did this for me. Now I want to do this. Relax, baby. Kick your feet up. Let's build something. Let's do this.
I get it. Yeah, I think that men put pride before elevation, you know, and I think it's hard for us to have that conversation as it relates to like being in a compromised position, knowing you have the potential, but you just need somebody to give you $5 worth of gas so you can get to your next destination, you know. That conversation, I think
with age too, though.
It does. You're absolutely right. It does. It absolutely does come with age. Yeah.
To me at 38,
mm-hmm.
to me at 38 now was different at 18, at 21. You get what I'm saying? So it's all growth. So I'm not gonna hate a brother because I'm 38 and you 20. Your mindset is totally different than what I'm on right now.
Facts. You're right. You're absolutely right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know that. You said you were what, 42?
42.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, completely different mindset. You're right.
Yeah. So the mindset is different at this point. You know what I'm saying? But all my black sisters, that's all I've ever dealt with. I feel like we should, get in the world, take care of them, whatever it may be. And like I said, I know there's some haters out there. Once again, let me throw this. I'm not racist. Like that's what I.
No, and it worked for you too. You understand what I'm saying?
You know like, what I mean. Some people gonna jump out.
I don't care about them. Who cares? You're like it worked for you. Like it spawned into something beautiful. You got a woman who's literally explaining how to attract love, and it worked. And you call back in and you double down on it, so it worked. You know, how can us come into your house and say the shit ain't working? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your example of how it worked, you know? And most beautiful thing about it is you're doing it together. You know, I think it's beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? And here's what we got to learn too, I think, is understanding that there's different interstates, there's different freeways, there's different modes of transportation, but we all trying to get to one destination, and that's like happiness, like joy, like. And I think that us sharing our different modes of transportation, it's a form of enlightenment, you know, because Ebony said something that just fucking like shocked me, like sent fizzers all the way down to my soles of my feet when she said, my mama didn't teach me how to attract a man. And why I understood that, because I told you guys yesterday, I didn't see a black man till I was in the 7th grade that I could relate to, and that I could get some inspiration from. My cousin sold drugs. All 4 of my older cousins did 25 to life. All 4 of them. You understand that I hung out with, you know, cousins, you know, and like playful cousins, like, you know, so all my older cousins sold drugs, killed people. You know what I mean? My cousin Shavar killed them. Damn. Don't go out on us. Don't go out on us. Come on, hang in there. Oh, YouTube be hating on us so bad, man. Okay, we're back. Okay, good. It didn't.
Well, so, look, I don't hold the line. I'm gonna let you get the next caller. But like I said, man, I rock with all black beautiful sisters.
I appreciate you calling in.
I wish more black men would step up. And at the end of the day, I do understand too. I want to touch on this. I do understand there's a difference between taking care of because there's a boy and a man. So I get that. And I know a lot of people feel a certain way. And if you're Christian or whatnot, I know you feel, oh, if y'all live together and y'all ain't married, y'all shacking up. Well, that's what you want to call it. That's what you want to call it. But at the end of the day, what works for you works for you. So when you're ready to get married and whatnot, you know, sometimes people you may live together, but you're trying to put some money together. You're trying to get everything going right so you can buy a house and just, you know, elevate even more than where you're at right now. But at the end of the day, I'm a man. So I'm going to stand on my 10 toes and do what I need to do for my woman.
That's respectful. Yeah.
And no matter what anybody feel about it, it is what it is. And she come on strong, but she good for me. She worked for me.
Boom. There it is. It is.
I ain't going to let nobody or nothing hurt her in these streets. And I'm going to protect her with my life. And I'm going to do what I need to do financially and even get better to make sure she's okay. That's my call, Fred. I'm gone.
I appreciate you. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, man. Let me get to this next call for a second. Damn. I'll get you in a second, real rap. Yeah, it's Someone been trying to call in all night for like 2 hours. I'm like, I want to be kind and let them get on. That's what I was doing. Give me a second. I'll get you in a second, OG. Yeah, man. I just think it's and I think a piece of that comes with maturity. I think a piece of that comes with maturity. 310. You've been trying to get in all night. Finally, I got you in. What's up?
Finally. I want to talk about submissive. The word submissive. I feel like Reese and Ebony are debating the point of being submissive, and I think once we understand as women what submissive means, I think we would probably really understand it. So like Ebony, I get what she's saying. Like she holds her man down, she's submissive. But if you were raised in a house with a man and a woman, you would understand the point. Reese kind of I don't know, what Reese's lifestyle or even Ebony, just based on what they're saying. I think if we really just stop and understand what submissive is and know that it's not something that's negative, but it's like a way, it's like gender roles. And a lot of times as Black women, because we weren't raised in a house with a man, we don't understand what submissive means. And it's basically the man is the household. Man is the head of the household. He makes the decisions based regardless of how much he makes, what he brings in. And it's okay for us to, as a woman, to hold our man down if that's what needs to be done in our household. But to say that a woman is weak because she's respecting her man or she's helping him get to the next level doesn't make her weak or makes her want to just keep a man just to say she have a man. I'm not on either side, but I understand both point of view. I even understand Reese where she said that she does it by herself because she's had to. I get that too, but it's okay sometimes to just breathe, take a little break, and enjoy life and allow a man to just kind of give her the opportunity to breathe. We're going to talk about Black, white. Think about white women. They don't have life hard. Life is easy for them because how society has made it. And it's because of slavery, Black women have had to work harder. But sometimes if we just stop and allow a man to be a man and give him the opportunity to man up, he usually will. And that does require for us to hold our tongue a little bit, not say everything that comes off the top of our head, and just be quiet and be still. I don't think that anything is wrong with being submissive. All I got to say.
Who is this again?
This is Mai.
Oh, Mai. Oh, hey, how you doing? You called in last week.
I did. I called in about TV.
Oh, you sure did. TV. Yeah, there it was. Yeah, man. I appreciate you calling in. Yeah,
but I don't want to hold the line up. I like both women. I do understand. I didn't get to listen live last night to the ladies. I'd had to tune in later. And then I'm listening now, and I hear both of them. They just come from two different worlds, and I get them. I was raised differently. I was raised with a dad in a house, and he taught us how to be a lady, and cursing is all right. It's just the time and the place that you do it. And we were just taught that. I think in my world and how I was raised, we were a little bit raised to be a little bit softer. But that doesn't make me or any woman wrong if she does curse or if she is hard. It's just different perspectives. But I don't think anybody's wrong. Just raised differently culturally, just cultural differences. But it was a great show. Thank you for answering. I've been calling back to back.
Oh, I appreciate you.
I am enjoying your show. Thank you for a great topic. Have a good night.
All right, peace. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. It's a great show, man. It's a great show. I'm not tired at all, man. What's up, Real? What's up, man? Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Your friend was good, bro.
I'll get you in a second, Reese. I'll get you next, Reese. Go ahead.
I'm gonna get straight to it. But I was trying to set it up for my nigga Topcast, man, because that nigga in Dubai, you know what I'm saying, and you know he's staying up trying to catch the show. So like with all due respect, man, I was trying to get it in for Topcast next. That's why I wanted to set up. But look, I'm gonna go in reverse. I know I got cut off when I was cooking. Fuck it. Look, in reverse. To address Ebony, I think that's her husband that called in, man. Mm-hmm. Basically, look, like with her, to him and her, I'm gonna start with him first. I'm gonna address him. Look, bro, I respect you calling in. You know what I'm saying? I respect the perspective that you provided. But at the end of the day, bro, like how you said, man, everybody has their own perspective. And like the thing with it, bro, is yeah, like a lot of us come from the streets, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us, don't come from the streets. A lot of us, are educated and shit. And I'm gonna hit that slave mentality too, while I'm addressing them. Look, if that's what works for you, G, you know what I'm saying? Like salute to you, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, like I think him and his wife were a little off. Like number one, we have our own culture here, you know what I'm saying, in America. Some of us try to adopt that African shit, no disrespect to them, but that's not our culture. You know what I'm saying? Our people were here already. You know what I'm saying? So to your wife, if she comes from the islands, like I respect women that come from the islands, man, but they may not understand what it is. And salute to Reese. I was saying that shit earlier, man. Like with her in America and women in America, like look, man, if it's something that they're going through, you know what I'm saying, they can't stop and depend and wait on a dude. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the system is gone the last 30 to 40 years. So salute to her, man, because I know women in that position. If you got a child or yourself get sick, then bills don't stop. You know what I'm saying? And like, look, like we got to get off this submissive shit. You know what I'm saying? I've talked about it before. It's not so much being submissive, man. It's about being humble. You know what I'm saying? Which like they're all synonyms, for one another. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're humble, once again, it allows you to know where you are. And look, to Ebony, man, it's not about, you know what I'm saying? It's not about it's not fully about what she was talking about. If you're in a relationship, if you're in a marriage, that's a team. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with what I was hearing. I was hearing a lot of me, and us, but you're implying it wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's your story. You can't put your story on the next woman. You know what I'm saying? And you can't take generalizations for American women, and try to skew it to how you're perceptive. It don't work like that, man. We got to keep facts, and opinions. And something that's not stated, but there's major ego issues within our community, men and women. That's why I say, bro, when you're together, it's a team. You know what I'm saying? If there's bills to be paid, like, yeah, as a man, I'm a provider. And that's why I disagree with on the building from her husband, if that was who that call was from, man. Nah, bro. Fuck all that. Fuck all that building, bro. Especially older in life. That's cool when you 18 and you ain't got shit. You fresh out the crib. But, bro, we not 18 no more, bro. We in our late 20s, 30s. Some of us a little older. Like, you need to be established, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with going in seclusion and getting established. And that's what I was getting at with the whole, I know I'm going to jump around, but that's what I was getting at with propaganda when being called or whoever it was, man. That's what we're deficient in. Our people believe the propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Like propaganda is my mom's side. Last week, I went back almost 300 years. I didn't find out one motherfucking slave. They were all workers. You know what I'm saying? They were free people. And if y'all motherfuckers do research, you ain't got to give blood. You ain't got to do all that. That's why I say salute Topcats. You know what I'm saying? You need to go sub to his show and his channel, man, because he's going to get you right. He's going to show you the right channels that you need to go back into your history. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, your history. You know what I'm saying? Our people were here first. I went back almost to the late 1700s. And the only thing that stopped me was I was missing my death certificate. If the consolidated government opens back up, I'm going to finish. I'm going to try to go as far back as possible. what I was saying earlier, at this point, yes, you know what I'm saying, our blood is mixed, you know what I'm saying, with other regions of the world, but we still have a populace and we still have, you know, our own culture here that we don't respect, because while we're deculturalized, so we want to adopt other people's cultures, even though we're the wave, like I've always said, you know, other people look at us, they get inspiration from the black man, they get inspiration from the black woman, you know what I'm saying, the American black man and woman, you know what I'm saying, the indigenous, whatever term you want to call it, they get it from us. When you look at Africans, you know what I'm saying, the swag different. The only thing that's similar, because I've dated African women, is some of the food. You know what I'm saying? I like my last girl, she was from South Central, her family was Sierra Leonean and Nigerian, and the food was close. But other than that, the vibe is different, the energy is different, they don't move like us, they don't dance like us, you know what I'm saying? And the same thing, I think our Caribbean brothers and sisters or closer to us, you know what I'm saying? Because they're on this side of the hemisphere. But, you know, we got to let that narrative die, man. That history narrative, we got to let that shit die. You know, did we go through it? Absolutely, we went through it. But salute again to Top Cats. 1807, man, I went back and researched that shit. 1807, the slave trade didn't end, but the trading of slaves ended. You know, of course, we had the Emancipation Proclamation in 1865, but it ended. The trading ended in 1807. So that's what I was going to address. How the fuck, if steamboats and steam engines and mechanical engines didn't come into play until the late 1800s, you can't tell me 40 million people came from the coast of Africa, man. Can't tell me that, because we was already here. Why, when they freed the slaves, only 4 million were freed, but y'all bought 40 million? You didn't kill 36 million people. It didn't, no, bro. It didn't go down like that. And that's what the Caucasian does that you motherfuckers need to understand, is that they use deception. That's their greatest gift. Deception followed by their military. But deception is that strong. You know what I'm saying? Everything that they're doing, they're getting it from the Holocaust, you know what I'm saying? And they're getting it from times before. Understand where you are, understand what it is. You need to go back into your history, and you need to understand where you are. You know what I'm saying? You can't put, you know, your feelings on the next person. That's why I said salute to Reese, man. You know, my dad did everything he could. $7,500 a month in bills every month. Never knew it until after high school. Why? Because that nigga, he was a real man. I never felt my dad sweat ever. You know what I'm saying? $7,500 just by himself and still helping other people, man. You know what I'm saying? There's some strong black women out there that's got crazy stories, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is America, Jack. Like, just because you go through some shit, they not going to stop. Them bills ain't going to stop. You know what I'm saying? So you can't look at it, well, I'm going to just rely on my husband, blah, blah, blah. Like, not everybody in that situation, man. You know what I'm saying? To be in that position. The ones that are blessed like me and other people, salute. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody blessed like that. But I just wanted to touch on that historical fact to give an alley-oop to my brother Topcast, because, man, y'all niggas need to understand, bro. It didn't go down like that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you own Caucasians. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't know. So, like I said, man, y'all niggas need to do research, man. And you need to understand where you are. And on that relationship dynamic, one more time, if it's a team, why the fuck do the bills matter who get paid? I'm going to do the majority. You know what I'm saying? I don't even really need help. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I just need my wife, you know, to play her role, and I'm going to play my role. It's that simple, man. We make life harder than what it is. You know what I'm saying? But if we're a team, I don't want to hear me. You know what I'm saying? If we're a team, you know, I don't want to hear when shit gets tight, you know what I'm saying, like we fall off. The only way that you ever going to know if somebody's solid, you can, you know, to Ebony, you can try to put up all that game all you want. There's nothing wrong with that. But the only way you ever going to know who's solid, salute to your husband, is through adversity. That's it. Through adversity, man. That's the only way that you're going to know who's solid. Because people can talk that talk all the fuck they want, man. Until the back is against the wall, palms get sweaty, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you get to the point where you got to make a decision. Loyalty. Who you going to hold down? You know what I'm saying? That's teamwork. You know what I'm saying? Since y'all want to bring up the street vernaculars and shit, that's real teamwork, man. You know what I'm saying? Sticking together through it all, through adversity. You know, salute to one of my guys, man. He knows what it is, bro. Adversity is showing him what he needs to do to be able to level up in life. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is your telltale sign of what it is when you're in any relationship dynamic. Father, son, mother, daughter, father, it don't matter, man. Husband, wife. Adversity shows you who's in your corner. You know what I'm saying? All the other shit y'all was talking about, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to get the game and all that. But adversity shows you who's with you. Look, I'm not going to hold it up no more. Y'all niggas do y'all history and research on y'all family. I wanted to throw it up to top cast, man. Peace, bro.
All right, peace. All right, Reese, let me say something really quick before you go in. All right, turn that.
God damn.
Turn the background noise a little bit. You know what I want to say? Topcast, you gotta wait till after Reese. The sum of all of what we're talking about, right, is the relationship between man and woman, right? Now, we gonna agree and disagree. We gonna say, hey, Reese had great points. Hey, Ebony, you had great points. Hey, I don't agree with you, Reese. Hey, Ebony, you sound kind of awkward. Above all of that, her man called in. You understand? Like, regardless of the variables that go into their relationship, I think it's amazing that her man called in, not to berate, not to destroy, but to give texture to it. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of cool. You understand what I'm saying? And if you look at it from a protection standpoint, my woman ain't taking no more bullets. You know what I mean? But because I know we have to come back to school tomorrow, I'm not going to suspend every fucking kid in this classroom. We're going to make this a lesson. We're going to turn this into a lesson. So I think from that vernacular, I think it's beautiful. However they created love, I think it works for them. You know, now feel free. Go ahead, Reese.
All right, now, Michelle and Barack. All right. But let me just say this, because I'm going to get everybody together.
Mm-hmm.
For one, I'm going to make everybody understand the whole entire situation.
Okay, good.
Yesterday when I called in, I was being funny with Omega Red, okay? Because me and Omega Red go back and forth a lot like you can. So I was being funny, and I made a statement like, I don't want to have to sleep with nobody for no money, this and that, third. Now, one time it ever came out my mouth that I said, I don't need no man, I don't want no man, I don't know how to keep a man. That's when old girl, since she want to say old girl, but when she called my phone early, don't play in my face. I was Reese Joe. Don't get cute. Okay, Elizabeth Taylor. Don't be fake one way. I'm always this way. Whether my tone is kind of stiff, don't worry about all that. Just listen to the message. Don't get, distracted by my tone. Y'all listen to the message. I'm not finna give y'all my background because I go all day long. Y'all didn't deserve it. Y'all don't do shit for me, so I don't owe you nothing. But let me get back to the subject. Hold that call for you. Hold it like you hold me and your mouth yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't come playing with me.
Okay. Yes.
All right. But what I'm saying is, it started off as a joke. No, Sharice Jovan Townsell did not say nothing about me keeping, wanting, and needing a man. All I was saying is, if I already have myself together and you call yourself a motherfucking man, and like I said, I was raised in a two-parent home. My daddy made sure his whole family was straight. That's all I know. Just like Ebony said, because I'm not going to be petty, she said she didn't have no mom. I'm sorry to hear that. I can understand you. I can sympathize. Excuse me. I can sympathize and empathize with you, but I can't relate. I'm not gonna sit there and lie. Girl, I ain't have no more too. No, you understand what I'm saying? I don't know how that feels, so I'm not gonna speak down on that. But I'm not gonna also try to act like, oh, well, since you didn't have this and the third, oh, every woman needs to do this and then the third. Yeah, your man gonna call in because it's one band, one sound. That's how it should be. But behind closed doors, we don't know what the fuck going on. I ain't splitting no motherfucking bills. If I'm with my husband, allegedly, because I'm going to use allegedly. So, motherfuckers, they stay with people for 6 months and they kind of got married around this bitch. But they ain't got no court papers. And I know people say sometimes the ring don't mean a thing or the court papers don't mean nothing. But let's be clear. Let's be abundantly. Let's be crystal clear. Okay? I ain't playing house with nobody because I've done that before. I know what I want. Sharice Jovan, a.k.a. Reese Joe, a.k.a. Make It Make Sense, a.k.a. Enough is Enough. I know what I want in life. What I want and what you want may be two different things. I'm not going to tell you for what you want, but if I can help you, I'm going to help you. Because it sounded like she was hurt. Motherfuckers sit next to each other, can't stand the motherfucker. A person will sit next to the person they can't even stand, but they got to tolerate that shit because they in that position. They can't go nowhere. That's you. You understand? Because I've been there. So if I didn't like it, why would I put myself in the same situation over and over again? That's dumb for me. I want better in life. And like I said, you can't pick and choose when you want to be a man. Because what's the definition of a man? Everybody got their own definition of a man and how a woman can talk. She can cuss. Bitch, fuck you and your grandma. Fuck her. I'll fuck over you and your children. I'll talk like this. You understand what I'm saying? This is me. Somebody gonna like it. I ain't trying to be hard. This is who I am. This is me. But I'm more than that. So I'm not gonna say I ain't gonna be acting. I'm not a fake person. Bitch, you can't even come around me with that fake shit. I don't have a fake bone in my body. You understand? I don't even handle people with wooden spoons. I don't even know how to act cordial half the time. I don't even know how to listen half the time. I don't know how to follow the rest half the time. I need to know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm playing right there, y'all. I'm playing right there. But what I'm saying is this. Stop trying to say, oh, what a lady should be like. Be who you need to be. Shit. Be who you need to be. And for Brian G, I don't know what you serve. I can care less who you worship, but don't come to me with my religion and who I worship. Don't do that. I'm not gonna do that to nobody. Wherever God put me when I leave this earth or wherever I go, that's between me and whoever go put me there. But I'm not gonna go back and forth about my religion. And another thing, stop being so submissive to these niggas and me and be submissive to God. That's what you need to do. Once you have a good relationship with God, God is gonna show you like He's been showing me. You understand? I don't lay it with nobody. I don't be fucked up. I can fuck whoever I want. Don't nobody come in this hole. You understand what I'm saying? I got turn race. I did that in my 20s. I'm 35. You understand? I'm not going to keep doing that. The redundant shit over and over. You're going to get the same result. No. You gotta want better for yourself. Don't expect nobody to want better for you. You gotta want it for yourself. You gotta love yourself before somebody love you. You understand? You gotta help yourself before somebody help you. But at the end of the day, and I'm speaking for Sharice. I ain't calling me and speaking on John, Sue, Dick, and Sally. I'm speaking on me. Okay? I'm not gonna sit up there and allow something that I'm not accustomed to. Because I've been there before. I'm not going to keep doing that. Bitch, I take real estate meds. I'm not going to play with you. Bitch, it's either going to be me or you. I'm going to be right in jail on the inmate to my side. Yes, sir, I did it. This, that, I got my paper to back me up. They're complaining in my face. So I think the way I think because I've been through some things. And at the end of the day, I just want better for me. So my kids will know how to treat a woman. So my sons will know how to treat a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I ain't called yesterday about this and the third. Me and Omega was playing, and then someone called in and then disrupted the whole goddamn situation and made it seem like a bitch can't keep no man. We don't know how to treat our black men. These black men don't know how to treat themselves. They ain't have no mother's love. Some of these black men came from no household. They come from no loving parents. They have to figure it out. So if they don't know how to love, what makes you think they know how to love you? Make it make sense. What makes you think if a man didn't have no love, no help, no nothing, and had to figure it out in the street taught him, what makes you think he's going to be able to love you and give you what you need? What we doing? What we sitting up here doing? And let me say this too. And when I get married or whatever the case may be, I'm not trying to sit up there and build. We're going to already have our shit together. So when we get married, we just cool. I'm not going to sit up there and be building and this and that. That's what dating is called. That's what you do when you date. When you get married, that shit should already be figured out. Yes, I know we go through things, shit happens, but let's make it make sense. Stop making excuses for the shit we should already know. And I talk fast, and I get excited, I'm passionate, so stop playing in my motherfucking face. I ain't calling no more. I don't need no hoe calling. And it's time to talk. Sharice, I don't give a fuck if you agree or not. I didn't call this bitch to say, want y'all to agree. I'm just speaking how I feel. So let's be clear. Get this. It wasn't about me not being submissive, having no man. I was playing with somebody in the chat, and all I said was this: I ain't fucking nobody for no free, and this and the third. Because when I got my own, I'm doing this and the third. That's what it is. So stop playing in my face. Bye, friend. Good day. I'm tired of you too.
He said much. This is the one show where I haven't said much at all. You know, yeah, man, I'll tell you this. I've dated a stripper. I've dated the most beautiful woman in the world, probably one of the most famous women in the world. I'm gonna explain this story in a second. I'll get you. I'll get you next, legend. Oh, I should have just clicked on it. I'll get you next, legendary. I've dated, I mean, whatever profession you could think of, you know what I mean? No matter who I've dated, I've inherently known that she's a woman. And I think as a man, when you understand that she's a woman, and maybe I'm gonna lose some of you guys. I don't know. I'm gonna try and make it make sense. You understand how to navigate. You know what I mean? I really think men lose sight of that. I think some of us see them just as objects, like without the spirituality of a woman. I'm not going to sit here and say I understood it at 19 way I understand it at 42. But I don't care how she talked. I never cared if she was a prostitute before she met me, if she was a prostitute while she met me, if she was a stripper while she met me. I didn't care if she was on a set doing commercials. I didn't care if she looked like a tomboy. I just knew in order to attract a woman, I had to understand that she was a woman. I don't know if I'm making sense, but along with that parallel, I had to be a man. Now, I didn't understand how to be a man when I was younger and all that shit. You know, I mean, I read it in books. I see other men act like men, so you try and adapt those qualities. But now they inherently, I believe, I have them naturally now. And I think, I don't care. Me personally, maybe I'm weird, maybe I'm different. I don't give a damn how a woman talk. She can sound abrasive and aggressive like Reese. She can sound like calm and peaceful like Mai. She can have pain and trauma in her past like Pretty Kelly, like my mother. It doesn't bother me. I always tell people, I tell every man I ever meet, if you just listen to a woman, she will give you the answers to every test she will ever give you. And I think that instead of, well, I mean, and the sad thing is men use this to play the game too. But if you drop your pride and like have humility and compassion, you know, it's Top Cats. OG, I told Top Cats he was next. Call in Top Cats, and then you just come in right after me. I think that it's beautiful. Like I've only called a woman a bitch in private. You understand? Because I know if I call her a bitch and another man hears it, that's teaching him to call another woman a bitch. I just never, you know what I mean? When I'm with my niggas on the basketball court, I say, hey, you fucked that bitch last night? Yeah. I fucked her 2 weeks ago. Yeah. How was it? Yeah. I understand all that. Yeah, I'm still a nigga at the core of me. But I think like similar to, I believe a woman should never degrade a man. Like you know what I mean? I don't think a woman should never, ever publicly degrade a man. It's somebody's son. And every time we speak, we're modeling. You know, I really, really understood that when I had Lincoln. I understood it when I was a teacher. I understood modeling, get there early, you know what I mean? But they wasn't my blood. You know what I mean? They wasn't like, I knew I didn't have to take care of them for the rest of my life. I just had to take care of them for 180 days. you know. So now I really understand modeling, you know, and I think once we grasp it, I told you guys a story of, I'm jumping, I'm kind of hodgepodge, but hopefully it rounds up to a round number where you can understand. Lincoln was about 1 or 2, right? I don't know, but it was definitely a few years ago. And man, I was not rough in terms of like with Lincoln. I told you guys this story before, but for the new people. And Dre said one day, she said to me, because I was a yes, no parent with Lincoln. Nah, we ain't doing that. I was all rigid. Rigid is the word. Rigid is the word. And Dre said to me one time, she said, it's okay to be compassionate with your son. And it took me back. Damn, don't cry. It took me back to like, I never had a man be compassionate with me. Never. Because teachers can't be compassionate with you. They can have empathy. They can have sympathy, but like I've never had a blood relative be compassionate with me in terms of a man. I can't remember. Like my grandfather died my senior year in high school. After that, I never had a man in my life. You know, so I think that I learned a lot in that moment, like those little moments, and you have these aha moments, and then I think we have to adapt to that. You know what I mean? Like the compassion component of being a man. And I think that the compassion is probably one of the quicker ways to connect to a woman. When I was younger, I used my penis, right? To connect to a woman, right? When, you know, as I got older and you go through this hip hop society, you go through this hip hop community, you use your dick and you use your money, right? And then as you get older, you start understanding religion, and you don't understand the difference between religion and spirituality. So you just go to Sunday, pay your tithes, and then you go fuck your 3 or 4 women during the week, right? And then as you get 30, 31, 32, 33, you like, damn, I want some kids, man. Like you start being, that's like the first like step to your mortality. You're like, oh shit, I'm about to die in 50 years. I need to have some kids. You know, and then that's when you understand like spirituality. Like you understand like it's literally a spiritual being in this human being, you know, and I think that there's a methodical process, maybe one before the other. I don't know the length of the stages in each man. I don't know that. I literally don't know that. But I think there's stages in a man's life that we get to a stage where we can be compassionate. Because how many times have I said men don't cry? I just almost cried 4 minutes ago or 2 minutes ago when I said that. Like, men don't cry. Men don't do this. Shit. I damn near cry every time I hug my son. You know what I mean? We can like, why you squeezing me so hard? Because sometimes I just want to squeeze life into him. Like, you know what I mean? And I said all that to say, lead me to this. I know we're going to disagree on how people got there, right? And what's the like the entities of their relationship and how they create it, whether they're married, whether they're not married. Because I've grown out of the concept of marriage. Like we'll talk about that on another show, because that'll be a great topic to have about marriage and all that shit. Like I don't grasp the concept of like my money, my bills, my wife. I don't grasp the concept of my, because I think when you use the term my, you have a sense of ownership. And I know it's weird, and I know it's on some spiritual shit. It's not in the physical realm. But I think that Ebony and her man, they created it. You know what I mean? And I don't think that if it's working for them, whether I know people understand marriage, and Reese and I may disagree on this, but I'm not a firm believer in marriage because it's ordained by law. It's not marriage in America is not ordained by God. It's ordained by law. And if you've ever gone through a divorce, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Why the fuck am I paying a lawyer for a divorce? Why do I have to go to courts and tell them I'm leaving you? You know, so it's kind of iffy, you know. So but I understand, like, and here's the catch. I totally understand a woman. Reese says she's 35, right? I understand Reese as a woman saying, fuck, I did it that way. I did it. I'm a trust nigga. We gonna build. Like, she tired of the word build because she probably may have I don't know. May have had a man or two that she said, you know what? I'm gonna believe in you. You know, instead of working on my entrepreneurship, you're the man. I'm going to invest in you because you are my leader, you know, or you are my man, you know. And so she's done it and it didn't work for her. So now she wants to do it like, fuck this. You got to come with the table or the house. You know what I mean? If I'm bringing shit to the table, you got to have a house. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that's health. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I genuinely don't think nothing is wrong with how Reese is going about it, because she's done it the other way and it didn't work for her. Cool. And I also understand how and how I can relate to Ebony is because my best friend is Jamaican. We've been best friends since 1992. 1992, we've been best friends. And I'm gonna squeeze in. Let me finish this thought. Legendary Top Cats. Let me finish this thought. And we've been friends since 1992. And here's what I learned from him. He said when he came to America, he watched Little House on the Prairie. He watched Rocky. He watched he has a weird collection of music. Obviously, he's from Jamaica. Listen to Buju Banton, Mega Banton, and all those other Bantons, and you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But he had a weird sense of like collection in his head about like what America was, you know. And Mad Cobra was a song, 1992. Flex, time to have sex. I was trying to think of that shit. And so when he came to America, he didn't understand the culture, and he had to learn the culture. Like he's still like learning. He's a little bit older than me, but he's still learning the culture. And I remember on several occasions he would say, Fred, how do you do this? How do you respond to this? And I think the acclamation of Ebony is her journey to American culture. And I think she's given an example about it. And I may be wrong, I may be right, but that's how I can see both understand. Because this nigga was listening to Kenny Rogers, and I'm listening to, in 1992, I'm listening to what was the hot song in 1992? Oh, the Tupac song, not Dear Mama, but Black One to Raise Me. The blacker the berries, the sweeter the juice, the darker the flesh. That was the #1 song in 1992, 93, I believe. So, but anyways, man, what you got, Top Cats?
What's up with it,
hey,
man?
What's up, man? How you
damn,
feel?
man, you done went in. You done went on your little bill. Shit, I didn't. You know, I didn't want to change my topic. You know, this nigga came texting me and told me to come in here, man. And, you know, I just want to deal with the thing. I got one question though. I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah, please.
Is it that hard? Why do you think people don't accept quote unquote African Americans saying that they not from Africa, they from America?
Why is it so hard? Because of the divide. I think we see it's two-pronged. You have Americans who believe in the American way, and you also have the notion that people in America believe that they're in competition with everybody, And when they see an African, they're like, oh, and I got to compete with another black person. So there's a divide there. There's religious separation. I mean, how much further do you want me to go? Like there's so many different separations that we've
Okay, let me edify the question then,
okay.
because this is my thing. Like when people African Americans here say that they are Africans, nobody be having no problem with that. But if a nigga here say my people never was here in America, then everybody got a problem with that. And that's the part I don't understand, because the none of these niggas who saying they African know nobody in Africa. They grandma, grandparents, and all of them people don't know nobody in Africa. You know what I'm saying? These niggas was born here like their ancestors was born here. They can't find. I'm talking about out of all of the people that they have met in their entire life, school, work, different places they went to, and all of this here, live different places they lived, and all that. None of these people that they met that was in America know nobody from Africa. So I'm trying to find out, why is it so hard or why do niggas give people problems when they say my people from America and you don't know nobody from Africa? Never met nobody from Africa say, I'm going back home to Africa for a family reunion or some shit like that. My auntie died in Africa. None of these motherfuckers know nobody from Africa. So I'm trying to figure out why they stuck on that, or where did they get that from? Where did they get that we was from Africa from? Because niggas from Africa don't think your ass from Africa. You ain't never passed by nobody on the street and they say, damn, nigga, your people them from Zimbabwe? Your people them out of Uganda and shit? I'm out here in Dubai, bro. I'm around Africans every fucking day. Them hoes all over the place out here. And when I pull up, niggas know I'm from the States. It's not what you look like. It ain't no looking like competition, but it's a soul resonation. It's something that resonates with you inside that no. If niggas look at Anthony Joshua, niggas know he's an Englishman. That's somebody who studied and who been around. You know, that nigga, he don't look like no goddamn American. When you look at him, especially when he get to talking and moving and all that shit there, we don't move like that. And so, a motherfucker, in our culture, and our presence or energy, I say energy, right? Because when you're talking about the culture, it ain't about what you eat. It ain't nothing you can see, touch, or feel. It's a resonation. It's a soul resonation there. So when motherfuckers, our culture, which influences the whole globe, right? If that's the case, that if we all from Africa, West Africa, why do they come get it from the slaves or the least amount of people over here? Why they just don't go to the source, which is West Africa, and follow that energy and culture? Because it's not the same. It's not the same. And so I'm trying to figure out, why is it our brothers and sisters so hard for them to accept the fact or leave us alone by saying we from America, goddamn, and they have no proof other than what the white man said. I don't want to hear that 400 years shit, because the nigga ain't broke me down the timeline. If a nigga never heard of the Barbary Wars or understand what was happening in these certain period of time from 1600s all the way up into the 20th century, then I really don't even want to have a discussion with them. Because niggas be quick to say that they people them came through a slave trade. Who enslaved? White people enslaved my people. Which white people enslaved your people? What year did they enslave your people? Where did the ships go? Because the 1807, the slave trade was abolished, homie. White folks didn't get down here to manifest destiny under the and that was in 1815. That was down south. And even when they got down south, it didn't start taking place. It led all the way up into the Civil War. They still didn't have total control of the South. You still had places called Indian Territory, or what they would call lawless territories, right? It's cowboy area. That's why they'll say we're going west. We're bringing the niggas was calling it the Wild Wild West. Why? Because there was no law there, meaning it was no U.S. judicial system there yet. Why? Because the U.S. wasn't down there yet. This was all Indian territories. And so I'm trying to figure, they didn't go west until 1865 when they got the Indians, Black Indians, the Seminole Scouts that was in Texas, and they got them to start pushing west, which later became the Buffalo Soldiers, and that's how they got the railroads and all of this type of shit going west. I'm looking for it, nigga, and then, then we had the slavery contract, or the slave labor contract that was taking place after the freedmen, after Reconstruction, 1865 and Reconstruction. That's what I'm saying. That's when they started talking more about the plantation. All the other slavery that took place down in Georgia, the Florida, Alabama, and all that shit there, because once you passed that up, it wasn't no more. You weren't getting it like that no more down there. And I can tell niggas that because my people now would tell me, yeah, we were slaves. But we didn't come in no goddamn chain. We was in Louisiana, and they showed up. My people done worked the lands in the plantation in order for them to stay on their land and not have to move out. All right, they left and came to Texas with the people that they end up intermarrying with that was on the plantations with them. That's how a nigga got white grandpa and shit in my family, because that nigga married my second great grandma mama. That's where it came from, and they moved to Texas. And they end up starting a company called the Foley Company, right? Which is nowadays Macy's. This is used to Macy's Parade and all this shit. Bro. This is history in my family. There was no motherfucking slave ship because the white boys was broke when they came. That's what I'm saying. I want a nigga to give me a timeline and to tell me why is it so hard. Because people who say that they are from America, the burden is not on them to prove it. Why? Because your ass is in America already. Everybody you know from your ancestors, niggas, was already in America. Go find me somebody in Africa, and these niggas are making it real, real hard for them to prove that. And I don't understand this shit. Why you ain't came back with an ancestor yet, nigga? I don't want to hear about no goddamn kit you done got scammed out of off the thing that tests less than 1% of your DNA. All right, read the back of the box. Now, I just want a nigga to come bring me this, or leave us the fuck alone on this African shit, because you riding off of shit. Listen, man, Africans don't even believe that. And if it was black people all over this planet, and we produced every society and civilization over this planet was black, then goddamn me, tell me how in the fuck black people can't be in America, one of the most highest places. And when I'm saying America, I'm talking about South America. I'm talking about the fucking islands of it, which would be Haiti, Hispaniola, the different islands, the Tejanos and Arawaks out of the Caribbean and shit, which had direct connections over here with our people. That's why in the Revolutionary War, in the Civil War, the Haitian Revolution and all this shit here, that's why they were going down simultaneously with the wars in the Carolinas. That's why they all came over here from Haiti and shit to come fight with us. Nigga, they ain't fight for your ass nigga because they were trying to be humanitarian. They fought for you nigga because they was the same goddamn people. Y'all niggas better go get y'all history up, coming in here with all this rhetoric that y'all got out of these social studies books from these white folks, nigga. Bring your ass to the ring, nigga. Don't make me go live after Uncle Fred go out, nigga, because I'll tap me a nigga ass up. You understand me? But that's all I had right there, man. These niggas better quit playing and go get in the goddamn books, nigga. Quit spewing this rhetoric that they got from this white boy, nigga. When niggas talk about chattel slavery, look up the definition. Google chattel slavery. Chattel slavery is white slavery, European slavery that was inflicted on them by the Muslims, nigga. Chattel slavery had nothing to do with you, nigga. Had nothing to do with you. Google it, nigga. Pull up on my live. I'ma bust your ass on it. Chattel slavery is white European slavery going into the first slaves on this continent over here. Nigga was white slave by the woman. Look up the Pirates of the Caribbean and all this area. That's the Barbary Wars, nigga. That shit went on all the way until the bottom of the bottom of the 20th century, the top of the 20th century. Nigga, pull up. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of playing with you niggas. I be sitting here putting on 18-ounce gloves and shit, playing with you niggas. I'm gonna put on some 8-ounce gloves, nigga, and knock one of you niggas' heads off, goddamn, with this information, man. Y'all better quit playing with me. We brothers, I love y'all, bro, but we gotta stop. I've been saying this shit too long, man, and niggas ain't pulled up yet. Niggas hiding in the background and shit and wait till a nigga walk out. Pull up with all that fly shit, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I need a victim. Goddamn. Appreciate you giving me time. Turn up.
All right, appreciate you. Whew, we digesting a lot. It's but yeah, man, it's a good show, man. Shit, I'm not tired at all. If y'all not tired, we can keep going. My voice is tired because I've been using it, but you know what I mean? I ain't going back and forth on the bullshit. You know what I mean? Damn, I didn't even know people, man, you gotta call in. Fuck, damn. Damn, you gotta call in. You gotta call in. It's important that you call in. 254, what's up? I'll get you next, Red.
All I can say, salute Fred.
Uh-huh.
At first, I was just gonna say, hey man, I wanted to get on Youngblood at first because I just tuned in, but I don't know what y'all been talking about. But he expressed himself very well, and I felt like, all right, I'm not gonna get on Youngblood. I'm just gonna say, look, Youngblood, bro, you have to open your eyes to what we.
The last caller you're talking to,
every
about,
day.
right? The last caller.
Okay.
No, I'm asking you. You're talking about the last caller, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
I'm
Let me
just
turn you
referring
out
them
because your voice
directly.
is different. Okay,
Directly.
Mm-hmm.
So just open your eyes to what we deal with directly in this day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about, look, I think there's a lot of us people, as a people, that are mindful and powerful to what we have already dealt with and been through my parents, et cetera, and so on. We don't have to go through those stories because I know every single person on this call has those stories. What it's about is right now. What are we going to do as far as being able to communicate successfully together? So you can waste hours and hours of your energy questioning the history that has been taught to you or that man or the next man. And at the end of the day, if one individual was taught a bunch of bullshit, pardon the language, then I think a lot of energy gets wasted talking about what that one individual was taught. That's only one individual. We as a whole, we are a collective of strength. And I don't want to overshine you or nothing like that. But I like his energy.
Mm-hmm.
I like his energy, and I want him to keep putting in the work so that he can keep expanding his brain, keep getting smarter, and I definitely like his fire. So no disrespect to the young man.
I appreciate you calling in.
All right.
Thank you. I mean, we all make valid points. You know, I mean, do you want to learn where you come from? Do you want to know the origins of where you come from so you can have a correlation between, well, we go, Reggie Owens, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll say I don't buy into all that bullshit of denying African ancestral roots. No way you deny that shit. You pull any ancestral, DNA trace to any black individual around the fucking continent of the world, they're going to link back to Africa. Now, asking some modern day African about if we can relate to them is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. You my brother, Top Cats, but that's some dumb shit. Our track across these lands, you got to think, human existence has been around for millions and millions of years. If Africans existed over here tens to hundreds of thousands of years, of course that lineage is lost. But what stays true is a lot of the customs and traditional ways of being in life. Now, to speak about trying to find documentation, all that, like I always state, Africans back there didn't live to where they document things. Life was about living. It wasn't about documenting or writing down, archiving shit. That's what Europeans did. Europeans went on this new age quest. They're new to discovery. Africans have supplanted themselves around the world. Our mark has been met in the world. There's no need for us to write things. All the hieroglyphic shit, that ain't enough written material to find anything, and people still can't decipher the shit. So it doesn't stand for anything. Now the track from modern day age. So when people think about things, take your brains away from nuclear power ships being able to cross the Atlantic, air travel. Take away all that. These were fucking sailing across the goddamn Atlantic to get here. And if it could have occurred hundreds of thousands of years, maybe the continental drift hadn't started. Maybe the continents were much closer. But humans have always migrated out of wherever they come from. I can take it into a more modern type standpoint. We can take it to where, let's go 1865. My roots can be to where however far back I trace a grandparent could have been in, where I last hear my lineage is from, is in Arkansas. They start to migrate up out of there. And that's the common thing with black folks, to migrate out the South. They go up north, they move west, and this and that. What gets left behind in the thoughts and in the family history is the origin of where these people migrated from, the South. A lot of people forget that. and that has been no more than 100-year existence. And there's no trace of that. Family history can break apart within a short term. 40 years can break apart a family history to where you can't even trace that. And that's all due to when you don't speak to your elders and those stories ain't passed amongst individuals of each generation, you lose that because people die off. And those are always held up, lost forever in time. There's a lot of people who couldn't trace their history going back 40 years. And there's probably a huge percentage of people, probably over 50% of people living in America who cannot give you any archive of their family history and where they date from. But to speak of our existence and just speaking of 1800s, that doesn't date shit far enough. That's modern shit compared to the existence of humans. So to deny, you can be Indian, whatever you want. Those same Indians that you want to be have African roots, regardless of what you want to read in the document to make you feel good. History and everything ain't to make you feel good. Everybody talking about they come from a lineage of kings. Everybody ain't kings and shit. That ain't the way empires work. Everybody can't be a king. You serve in a society. That's just the way it is. Like, we just want to bask on wanting to feel good. The thing we need to feel good about is modern history. How advanced are we mathematically? How advanced are we in the understanding of this modern technology? Everybody's stuck on that. I ain't into that religion shit, none of that, because it's too ancient, it's too outdated, it doesn't advance shit. And that's why a lot of societies don't move anywhere, because they refuse to advance. Stuck on old time periods. Old time periods are dead, they're outdated. You got to modernize, you got to keep advancing. What was then is then. And a lot of our history, because of the greatness of us, we didn't write this shit. Others who want to study and figure us out, they write this kind of stuff. Not the true livers of life, the original livers of life. We don't write shit. We live. We expanded across the globe, and that's what it was. And sometimes empires fall off, and a lot of knowledge is lost. And that's what happens when you think of what lost with African empires. When you come under certain rulership, and this is with all empires, certain rulers who become so greedy, they take from their societies. They don't expand the education. They want to consume everything for themselves, and it begins to wreck an empire. And this is why you have the fall and collapse of many empires. Regardless of what people want to study Roman empires, the same thing that shook these empires. But that's all I got. You're African, regardless of what you accept or not, and you would never trace it by asking some modern day African, because we've been split apart too damn long, and they ain't even advanced enough. They barely get an internet over there. So what do they know about us versus what do we know about them? We gone too long. It's a lot of us from the West Coast. We don't know shit about our relatives in the South. So that's my point.
Appreciate
but
you.
I'll catch it.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Reg. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah. We agree on the merciless. Yeah. O positive. Y'all talking about blood types, huh? Man, this shit, man, we going everywhere, man. We gotta, man, everyone got buddy passes. We just flying for free. Yeah. OG.
What's up? I got two things.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Island husband. And when I say white supremacy, I'm talking about a system that is in place today that white people can participate in, Asian people can participate in, Middle Easterners can participate in, and certain black people like Stephen A. Smith and some of them other coons you know in the boxing world. That's a supremacy I talk about. Talking about when I walk up to a white guy and hold my head down, no. I can make them hold their head down to me. And getting back to this island guy, I shared about the island woman I was messing with. I ain't say the woman didn't work. I said what didn't work was she was with a dude in the relationship, but she was fucking me. And then I said later on that didn't work. And he come up there saying something. I guess he took it personal, like his woman from the island, she from the island. I don't have nothing against island black.
I think he
I heard what the fuck he said, I hope he hear what the fuck I say tomorrow when he turn his shit back on.
No, listen,
and he sounded nice.
Listen,
he sounded nice, but I feel like Reese about now.
It was Real Rap who said it. I think it was Real Rap who said it. And
I
then,
wouldn't give a fuck who said it. I'm talking about
I know.
I know. The island woman didn't want to work. I didn't say that.
No, I know. Real Rap said it in the chat. I remember Real Rap said it in the chat.
Oh,
so,
you said real? Yeah. You said the old guy that was
he made a mistake. He made a mistake.
I know that one too, but
it was
he also said the old guy that said that the island woman that won't working. Mm-hmm. That was me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other guy you talk about, did he say somebody used to talk to an island girl that didn't want to work?
No, but I think anyways, go ahead, finish your point because the point well taken. Go ahead. It don't make a difference, but I'll explain it when you're done.
That was for him. I sit here and got that same feeling Reese said. I was sitting there watching my movie with the sound down and listening to you, and I heard that shit. Goddamn, man gets fired up like Reese. I said, whoa. Wait a goddamn minute.
I knew that.
And I said, I don't hold my head down to no cracker. I'm talking about a system in place that's been put in place by people in power, and we can't share in it. We can get in there and get bits and pieces and make our own, but you can't play that goddamn game with them. Shit, no. You got three. What, the 13th Amendment, 14th Amendment, and 15th Amendment. I don't give a fuck what we do. If we break the law, we can become a slave again. Who they talking about? Black people and Native Americans. And most of us are in there. And they call it slavery by another name after Lincoln emancipated the shit. Okay? And they call it, what was it? Convict leasing. Do you remember that? The shit went on from 1865 to about 1940. And they still doing it now. So when has slavery ended? So yes, there has been some slavery. I don't know about black people had white people as slaves. And the man said it, I believe it. You know what I mean? I ain't saying it, but he wasn't the one saying it. I know Top Cats. I listen to him. But I was talking about one of his students. He need Top Cat to come in and cape for him because he can't touch Top Cats now. But that island husband, I didn't say nothing about no island women didn't want to work. Get that shit out your mind. I said your woman lost a little debate. In my eyes, it won't know, reason for that. I just said she lost that debate. Then she come back laughing after, what's the girl named? Pretty Kelly had me almost crying in here. So I almost thought she laughing at Pretty Kelly. Because I didn't think nothing was funny after that.
No,
and then she came
but
back
you don't know what's going on.
I knew what she was laughing at.
No, because
I knew she was laughing.
No, because I'll say this. Maybe when you calling in, maybe you're on the same device. So that's why I didn't respond to it. Y'all should maybe like when you call in, you're calling in on a device in which you're watching the show on. So you miss what people. So you miss what people were saying. So I don't know what. So that's why I always have I always saw the bigger picture. I saw the chat, but I didn't want to break it. You know what I mean? So maybe she's not. So maybe she's not listening to Pretty Kelly because she's trying to call in. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what I said. She might not have been laughing at Pretty Kelly. That's what I said. Exactly. But I said it wasn't shit funny to me after, Pretty Kelly hung up. I was like, damn. And then when she called, she was laughing. And like I said, I don't know what she was laughing at.
No,
I don't know what she was laughing at.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I was just saying, won't nothing funny. No. Reese came right back again. I said, oh, shit.
No, let me try. No, that's what I was trying to explain to you. Like, and I might as well say this for the chat. They may have been, they calling on the same device in which they're watching the show.
Yeah.
So if she's laughing, she doesn't know what Pretty Kelly's talking about. You understand?
Oh yeah, I got it because I can't hear it either.
Yeah.
Like when I'm talking, I can't hear the show. I just hear you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if she's calling and laughing, it was probably because they were on one
right.
device.
Oh no, like I said,
yeah.
I said that's why I said won't nothing funny to me after she was laughing. I didn't say who she was laughing at. She could have been laughing at him in the house or her husband,
exactly,
or a man. I was just like, Pretty Kelly had me and damn near in tears. I was like, and then I heard the girl laughing. I was like, well, ain't nothing funny right now. But and then I went on to listen to her conversation again, and she went right back to where she was yesterday. I was like, hey, look, that's why I don't waste my time going to sit down and talk with people. You know, let's sit down as men. I don't need to just, like, if somebody say something to me and I hear somebody say something to my friends, man, I'm a grown ass man. That's my boy. I say, God damn, really? Are you? You got to prove that to me. You got a question. If you got to tell somebody, you like, I'm a grown ass man. Really? I was like, we need to sit down and talk as men. I don't need to sit down and talk no motherfucker about it. My thing is, I might have told you some shit like that about 30 years ago, but at this point in my life, no. But I don't knock people that say that. It just sounds funny to me now.
Yeah.
I probably sound funny to an older guy when I was 30, 35 saying that, you know. But I don't know why. I ain't got to prove my manhood, you know. Other people, if they got to prove their manhood, hey, that's fine. Maybe that's how they came up. I don't know. But just that shit I heard, all I know, I started feeling like Reese, man. That's all I had to say. And I'm gone, Fred.
I appreciate you.
Reese tickles me. I love Reese and Pretty Kelly, man. And sometimes I can't tell them apart.
Well, that's your problem.
You need to worry about it.
No, they don't. They sound nothing alike. You think
I'm talking about when they get to cursing and stuff.
You think all black people look alike too, right?
Oh, hell no. That's your bullshit. What I'm saying is I know I can tell the difference between both of them listening to them. But when they get excited, they sound the same. You know, they curse, which is okay. I like that. I like cursing women. I like women talking nasty. I love that shit. But not saying I can't understand one voice from the other.
Yeah.
They got a lot in common. They have a lot in common. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I meant to say. They got a lot in common. I love them too. And I love all of them, man. There's a bunch of women in the chat now. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, we got a lot. We got 5 or 10 women in here tonight. Yeah. And we holding strong. Man,
shit, I done counted about 20 on the damn in the chat. I was beautiful. Like, whoa, where all these women come from? And I go to every one of their channels and subscribe.
As you should, though. As you should, nigga. As you should. As you should.
Oh, that's what you're supposed to do, though, right?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I didn't know what they were doing. I think I subscribed. A lot of the guys, I subscribe to them, too, you know, if I like what they're saying.
Saturday night comes
and if I don't like what some of them saying, I still subscribe. Shit, what the fuck?
Saturday, every woman has a Saturday night in their life. All right.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, nigga. Shit, it don't matter. Shit, that's why you subscribed, right? Man, you too old.
I got that Saturday night. No, but this is how I catch up and learn with y'all. That's why I'm here.
Get your old ass off the phone. Get your old ass off the phone.
Look, no, I got one more thing to say since you said that. Y'all invited my old ass here. That's why I'm here. And I ain't got shit else to do. Like you said, y'all ain't got shit else to do. No way. I said, you right, Fred. I damn sure ain't.
We don't. We
all right, Fred, I'm back in the chat.
All right, peace. All right, peace.
All right, peace. Bye.
All right, hey, no, Reese, I can tell when people are on one device and on two devices because of the echoes. And he called from the same number. So that's why I wasn't trying. Wouldn't have I ever tried to bail people out? I ain't bailing nobody out. I was just using like because I was taken off guard too. But then I was like, oh, she's on one device. And I don't know how many times she called in. You know what I mean? So I'm not, I don't defend. I let people talk. If they gonna dig their grave, they gonna dig their grave. I ain't saving nobody. I like freedom of speech is real, but I can tell if you call it on two devices, like you were watching on TV when you called, right? And I was like, turn me down in the back. You know what I mean? So you don't get the echo. So she never had an echo. And her man was in the back last night, telling her that he was talking to her about maybe hanging up or something like that. And I can tell that they were on speakerphone, So I'm just being pragmatic, you know what I mean? But yeah, either way, So yeah, maybe it was uncomfortable. You know, maybe people laugh in situations. I don't know. You know what I mean? I just know these last 2 days has been very cathartic. You know, Fred Coppin, please. Charlamagne the guy. Yeah. You know, it's just been a beautiful time, man. Shit, we've been 4 hours on this son of a biscuit. Damn. Yeah, I just want to say thank you. Yeah, I know that it's helped somebody 1000%. 1000%. These last 2 lives and tomorrow too is gonna be the baseline of other people's greatness for sure. You know, and yeah, it's just cool. I can't wait to rewatch them. At least I know what I'm doing all day tomorrow. I got my 4 hours of listening pleasures, you know what I mean? So in the middle of the day. So I'll be rewatching the show. Because I know I may have missed some things, you know. So we got a lot of anecdotal stuff. I gotta chop these 2 shows up. Damn. You know what I mean? I know that this show can help somebody on my other platforms on Instagram and y'all be sure to pull it. You know what I mean? Pull it and share it because we've never had this many women. I like the fact that I think there's a level of genuineness with everyone that calls in. I'm glad y'all deem this Pretty Kelly, my mom, Reese, Ebony. I'm glad y'all deem this a healthy place to have open and honest conversations. I swear before God, on God's green earth, when my son is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, I will replay that clip of Reese's story. I'm not Reese, but Pretty Kelly's story to him, and I will explain to him about women and protecting women. You know, I think it's that important. You know, I think it's that important. You know, I felt a lot of my mom when she was talking. My mom, at some point, my mom would tell a story, and it's powerful to see a woman be great when she was left for dead or for nothing, or when everything was taken from her and all she had to do was like trust her soul. You know what I mean? When she felt like the world had betrayed her, every man that she loved did some harm to her in some way. So I think that it's beautiful. I haven't read the chat, but oh yeah, still talking about African stuff. Yeah, I just think it was a beautiful show, man, and I think it's beautiful. And I'm also gonna play that conversation for Kennedy at some point. I think that was a beautiful conversation with Reese and Ebony. I don't know who my daughter is gonna become. I don't have the answers. You know, I'm new to this parent shit. I've been a parent 5 years. You know, I don't know, but I know when I hear something that I can't give them, I need them to hear it. You know, so that's why I play Nipsey Hussle for my son all the time. I don't give a fuck how many curse words in it because that's something I can't give him. You know, I play it for him all the time. I be trying to drill his ass. You know what I mean? You know, so it's I don't know, man, but yeah, man, we got shit. Hey, we just gonna bring it back tomorrow. We just gonna bring this shit back tomorrow. We've been on for 4 hours and 2 minutes, you know. So, but I love y'all, man. Everybody, thank you. Everyone, thank you. Everyone, thank you. Oh, you okay? Okay, you still in the game? You still in the game, dog? You still in the game? What you got, man? What you got, DB?
Hey, listen, man. It seemed like you was going through your final thoughts. I'm like, all right, this seemed like the proper time to go in with the outro. We were still strong, so I think it's about time to play that song.
Appreciate you, dog. There it is. Hey, appreciate you, DB. Yeah, we gonna play that song, man. Y'all fucking amazing, man. Thank you, man. This is amazing. I feel really full. And I just want to say thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's now you can go. Oh God. You know, it's one of them days or conversations you have. I'm just gonna lay in the bed and just look at my ceiling and just be like, man, thank you. You know, so thank you, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I mean, you can't predict it. You know? So hopefully y'all come back with your brothers and sisters and your cousins and your best friends tomorrow night. Tell somebody. Sing this shit with me. Wake somebody ass up. Cause the devil is a lie. Hey. I'm telling you the truth. Hey.
It's all in what you do. Hey. The things you gotta do.
Hey. Fight for millions. Hey. Man, I appreciate you, Champ Side. Man, what a show, man. Sharing this. God damn, Reese. Reese with the pretty toes. Omega Red, Billy Bosch, CMB 100, Young World, Truth Speak on it, Muir, DB. Muir, you ain't got your corny ass one-liners tonight. We missed a few of them. I missed them. P Money, Ronald Finkley, Boxing and Barbecue. Jar, don't forget we gotta get up in a couple hours. You got Boo Blood back. You got Junior the Truth, and then we got Trill Talk. So we right back in the morning. Yeah, man, Pretty Kelly. I can't wait to play that shit for Lincoln. I'm gonna cut it up. I'm gonna cut that shit up in the morning. Yeah. I'm gonna put that shit on Instagram. That way I can have it as a clip, and you can pull it. I think it's important. Keena didn't call in. Hey, but damn, it was a lot of women in here. I had women texting me like, "You playing the show?" I'm like, "Damn, y'all listening? I ain't spoke to y'all in months." You know what I mean? Shit, we got people called. I had like 10 niggas like, "Damn, you still alive?" I'm like, "Yeah." That's what I was doing when I be looking down, man. Mark Wonderlick, Jay Cooley, Kenyatta Ali, Tim Muir, 3 States, Real Deal Boxing, Tay Walker. Sing this shit with me one last time.
Cause the devil is a lie. Hey. I'm telling you the truth. Hey. It's all in what you do. Hey. The things you gotta do. Hey.
I love y'all. Hey, y'all might as well just fucking save your chores for the nighttime. You know what I mean? Your dishes, your laundry, because we're gonna be here a while. We gonna be here a while, man. I love y'all, man. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all a great deal. And see y'all. How many hours? 10, 11, 20. I can't count. 11 plus 9. See y'all in 20 hours. Barbershop conversation, man. I love you. Thank you, Pretty Kel. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you, Keena. Thank you, Mai. Who else called? Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Tammy. And I thank everyone else that came in, and thanks to all my kings that came in too, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. See y'all niggas tomorrow. Peace.